What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, of course, with the conclusion pretty much of rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft. As a Packers fan, I feel pretty confident that they aren't going to make another move to get into the third round. I mean, you never know. This is kind of where you would expect the Packers to start making some plays, specifically in round 4. I think you definitely expect a linebacker to go soon enough, but that's not what we're here for. I will go over some of the other picks that other teams have taken, but overall we'll be talking about the two Packers selections. Obviously, looking at the second round in general, guys like Tyson Campbell going to the Jaguars, that's a pretty damn good pick. Would have thought maybe they would have taken a safety there, but I'm pretty sure they took a safety a little bit later. Holland going to the Dolphins is a pretty nice move. Broncos getting Javonte Williams, I mean, I feel like maybe that's a little high, but it is fine. Jets getting Elijah Moore is an absolute win. The Jets are really starting to make a team for themselves, looking really fun as well. Christian Barmore with the Patriots. Patriots are doing a pretty damn good job with the draft. Obviously, the Bears trading up for Tevin Jenkins was a move and a half. I will say it is a steal, but at the same time, the Bears kind of, I wouldn't say going all in, because it's hard to go all in when your quarterback's going to be a rookie, if Dalton isn't the guy, at least for a while. But they're definitely making some really good moves. What else do we have? Any other moves that are pretty good? The Raiders getting Chavon Morig. I still can't say his damn name right. Definitely a need, I suppose. Kelvin Joseph for the Cowboys. Definitely would have thought they would have went corner in the first round, but Patrick Surtain, they kind of got cucked there. It's a really bad cucking for them. It was like more than just getting screwed. It was like a personal screw job. The Chargers going for Asante Samuel. They always love having a lot of really good corners, and that's pretty much what they're going to get there. Cardinals getting Rondale Moore. That's a pretty damn good fit. If the Cardinals could stop drafting every fast receiver in the league, though, that'd be cool. Really wanted Green Bay to get him. I thought they were going to trade up around that pick to grab someone. They didn't, though. We'll get into that in a little bit. The Giants getting Ojulari, while also trading down a bunch of times. Pretty damn impressive. The Giants they're doing pretty well. They're being pretty sneaky right now. Sam Cosmi to Washington need that left tackle replacement. Good decision. The Browns with Owusu Koromoa, absolute steals. The Browns they just become OP, and once they become OP, they just don't want to stop. They just want to keep going. The Steelers, they're literally being run by their fan base. They're literally being run by like a franchise guy, because they literally just keep taking the fun skill positions, quote-unquote skill positions, with running back and tight end when they have more glaring needs. It's kind of funny, actually. The Rams finally get some speed, kind of. I say kind of because Atwell didn't really test super well, considering how Atwell, for how small he is, but obviously definitely fast, but just really tiny. I think the Packers would have liked to have him there at their spot, perhaps, but I mean, I think with the role they want, I don't want to get into it because this is kind of related to the Amari Rodgers trade. We'll get into that in a little bit, actually. Nick Bolton to the Chiefs, absolute steal. Then we move to Terrace Marshall, always call him Terrence, to the Panthers, who probably robbed the Saints. The Saints were probably going to take him, right? Kind of have need at wide receiver, and he literally, I mean, that would have been such a good fit for them. Like, they got cucked. Imagine being a Saints fan that's like loyal to the home crowd. That had to sting. They get Pete Warner. Definitely needed a linebacker. Thought they were going to go with one in the first, not going to lie. Basham at 29. I would like to think that he was pretty high on the Packers list. Maybe would have been the pick at 62, but obviously he goes right there. And instead, Green Bay takes Josh Myers. Not a bad choice. I know a lot of people said, "Oh, why not Creed Humphrey?" But I mean, it's not an egregious reach. It's perfectly fine. You would have been probably an early to mid third round player, anyways. But yeah, I mean, it's a center. What can I really tell you? I will say, if we're gonna go and get lucky, like with Corey Linsley, same college. I'm just saying. Hey, maybe they get lucky. And then right after, ironically enough, Creed Humphrey to the Chiefs, which is a steal. Tampa gets Trask. Brady's not going to last forever. I know they know that as well. I would assume Brady knows that, but at the same time, what kind of, things have he pumped into his body that will make him a superhuman, I suppose. In the third round, though, you see the Jaguars take Cisco and some of the other fun moves like Kellen Mond and whatnot. There's really nothing super crazy here. What else did we have? Diami Brown would have been a really nice pick for the Packers. But Amari Rodgers, now here's the thing. Everyone's like, hey, the Packers have taken a wide receiver. Rodgers is happy now. Things have been solved. But did they really take a wide receiver, or did they actually take Ty Montgomery 2.0? And this one does count as 2.0 because he would be a better version of Ty Montgomery in theory here. But he really does comp very close to Ty Montgomery, more of a running back build. Definitely the way he was used and the way he will be used is literally in that like kind of swing pass offense that Green Bay loves to run. He's basically Tyler Ervin. That's what his role is going to be. I don't think he's going to really like fill in as like a true wide receiver. I think he's going to be more of a gadget player. I think he'll play the return game quite a bit. I definitely expect him to take a couple of snaps at running back here and there. He's going to have a lot of work. It's not going to be one of those like, will he make the starting roster? He'll make this. I mean, obviously, he'll make the starting rotation, I suppose. He'll get a lot of snaps every single game, I think, right out the gate, unless, some injury happens or, I don't know, he plays really badly in practice, I guess. But he definitely looks like one of those guys that is going to be out there a lot and grinding. He's definitely got enough speed to get the job done. A lot of people want to say maybe like a Randall Cobb type, ironically enough, with Green Bay. Definitely see that role for him. He's definitely elusive. It's a little strange, though, because his agility seems like it is lacking. His excel looks really good most of the time, but sometimes it does seem like he hesitates with his catching. From what I've seen, it does look like he focuses really hard. Like, I know you are supposed to focus, obviously, but it just seems like, I wouldn't say catching is hard for him, but it seems like he's putting more effort than he really needs to, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. As a pure route runner, I really don't know where that would be. Like, I feel like he's... I don't know, it's really weird, because like I said, I feel like for his size specifically, his agility is lacking. Like, I don't know, he's got to work with Devontae Adams on the footwork, I feel, and he'll be a freaking god. I think he's going to be dangerous. I think he is going to be dangerous, but as far as, like, the Packers draft a wide receiver, like a guy that's going to line up opposite side of Devontae, that's just not the case. So you can really make the argument that this would be no different than drafting some random, receiving running back in like the 5th round. It really is very similar. I would have liked to see the Packers actually double dip and take Anthony Schwartz as well, but I suppose with the team the Packers have, Devontae, assuming he's, perfectly good to go and they can sign him long term, he'll be obviously the number 1, no problems there. Robert Tonyan, I don't remember how they got him back, what the story was there, but I think he's on the team, right? Like, I haven't heard a single thing about him, I'll be honest, even though I think he was on a contract year. But on the other side, MVS, he definitely did develop, and I think he has the size and speed to be a number 2 receiver. But man, the consistency's got to get there. The consistency obviously has to get there. I really think the big thing outside of Devontae is the team has got to get more loose. The team is just really stiff looking. And I think that was one of the knocks for Amari Rodgers, ironically enough. But once again, it is an amazing fit. The Packers have done nothing but get players that are going to be great fits for the team. It just comes down to, were they the best choices? Obviously, a lot of people are going to see most of the picks as a reach. I wouldn't say Amari Rodgers was a reach by any means. I think it was probably the one player that you could argue wasn't a reach. And I really like the pick. Once again, I think I would have loved Terrace Marshall a lot more just to play opposite side of Devontae and just see if we can get a dynamic duo going. Because once again, Amari Rodgers is going to be one of those guys that is just... I don't think, like I said, I think he's going to play a lot, but it's not going to be one of those guys that's going to be in every play dominating. He's going to be more of like a trick play kind of gadget guy, swing play, hand off. He's going to be really hard to cover. I will say, he's going to be put in a situation where he could be one of the most dangerous players on the field at any given time. But when you draft a guy like Amari Rodgers, it almost makes you wonder, like, was Aaron Jones' re-signing technically even worth it? I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, I like the pick. I think they probably should have traded up in the 2nd round and grabbed one of the other wide receivers that were a little bit higher. But as far as will this make Rodgers happy? Amari, yeah, it will. All the jokes. Rodgers or Rodgers. Oh, the only A Rodgers that's going to be in Green Bay next year, which hell, it could be true. I don't know if this is enough. I will say, if Rodgers is going to look at it as a selfish, weird way, I'm not really sure what his biggest issue is right now. They've done a good job with addressing needs. Last season was just a wild, huge question mark of a draft, taking players you just really didn't need. A lot of reaches. Like, there was a couple reaches this season. You can maybe make the argument there were some reaches, but I didn't mind the value for most of the players. But last season, there was some real bad reaches and just on positions they didn't need. Like, the first 3 rounds, you just didn't need those positions. This year, you did. So, say what you want. The draft on paper is miles better already, and I'm not really that mad with it. I want to see what happens in day 3. Lots of potential still there for us with decent value left on the board, and more importantly, in the old arsenal. Of course, that is pretty much going to be it for me today. I think my long rebuild will be out tomorrow, but I know for a fact we'll be streaming soon. I actually, as I'm speaking, wanted to be live right now, but I'm not, so I suppose maybe 11 o'clock. I at this rate, I should have just streamed at this time yesterday, but you know what? Actually, I'll start the stream up. I'll just keep this video up. This will count as, this will double as the I'm live on Twitch video, so yeah, when you're watching this, there's a good chance I'm live. Regardless, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the picks. Let me know what you guys think of your team's draft picks. Whether your team traded down a bunch. I can't really think of any team that's traded down way more than they've drafted. I think most teams have traded down early, and then they've picked a lot in these rounds, or they traded up from having excess picks. But I think a lot of teams are doing a really good job. There's only maybe a few teams that are playing really poorly in the draft here. And at least for Green Bay, like I said, drafting for need, and it's more of a wait and see type of thing rather than a right out the gate no matter what because of the positions you sold. Jordan Love already like an F right out the gate because of the position. Same with Dylan, like a C- right out the gate. And he looks really promising, and I think he's really fun. It's just, once again, high for a running back when you have Jones, and then you re-sign him. If they would have let Jones go, okay, you're making sense now. Maybe that second round pick was valuable. You sign him back. It just made no sense. I'm done ranting. I want to forget about last year, and hopefully Rodgers forgets about it too and joins the team back. I think with the wording I've seen, the whole could consider retirement if things aren't fixed. When I seen the whole if things aren't fixed or things aren't better, I like that. I like that. A lot of promise in those words. Regardless, thanks for watching. Twitch.tv/Jeromepkr, where we'll be live with Bulldogs and some other things. And tomorrow we'll be back with probably another reaction to the draft, maybe some sort of experiment with the draft later. But most likely, our long rebuild, might just wait till Sunday. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see